Today we're going to be going over changing tires on the Linedriver or your stripe machine. Same tire, a little bit different rim, but same procedures for going through it. We got a couple tools we're going to need. You're going to need a valve stem remover. I use a mini tire changer from Harbor Freight. The new tire, it's a 4-ply trailer tire, and you need your old crappy rim. So first thing to start off with is remove the valve stem, the inner part of the tire stem, out of the old tire. Hold on to that, we gotta put that back in. We're going to mount the tire changer in the vise. It comes with a mount that mounts the table, but quite honestly it's a little bit of pain in the ass because you always have a permanent mount somewhere. So I found it's easier. These aren't very difficult to change. So put it in, crank it up, remove the pieces. First thing we're gonna have to do is break the bead off the rim. So put it on, put this piece on next. 2 spacers, thread in the top piece that holds it in. When you put this piece on for this part of breaking the beads, you do not have to put it on really super tight, just enough so the tire doesn't move around too much. We're going to attach the bead breaker next, which is this monstrosity. It gets attached. There we go. Pull the pin onto here. Red foot on the inside of the tire. Push down. Once you got it all the way off, remove the breaker, bead breaker, and we got to flip over the tire. I'm going to put 3 spacers on this one so I don't have to spin it down as far. Same thing, put it on just so it touches. Pin the bead breaker. Break this bead off. Now we're ready to go. We can pull the whole tire off. It's easier if you spray some type of soapy solution. Just makes the tool move around more. So whatever you have laying around that's soapy, put it on and hope for the best. So now we're gonna put this tool in. This is what's actually gonna remove the tire off the bead, off the rim I mean. Now we gotta crank this thing down. Sometimes if you use the bead breaker, give it a little extra turn on it, makes it come off easy. And when you do this, make sure the bottom of the tire is not stuck on the bead. And pull it around, pops it off. Pick up the back side of it, stick your remover tool all the way to the very bottom, pop it up, and spin it around. Tire's off. That tire is garbage. Now we have to put our new tire on. It's always better if you leave the new tires sit outside in the sun for a little bit, get them warm. But we don't have that luxury today because it's 50 degrees and cloudy out. So we're going to take our solution, our soapy stuff, spray it on the inside of the tire, A little bit on the rim. Usually on the when you put this side on, you usually can get it on by yourself. You usually don't need a tool. So if you push and twist, and this one's not going to let me do it, so we're going to take the other side of the tool. This is the side for removing. This is the side for applying. So put it on. Give us. This part of the tool has to be on the inside of the tire, so you're not trying to do both beads at once, because that will not happen. So, sometimes they go on real easy. This tire is really cold and stiff, so it's gonna fight me the entire time today. So let's see. Almost got it. There we go. Bottom bead's on. Take tool out. One more spray around the top. Put the tool back in. Hold it down. Spin the tire on. There you go. All right, tire's on. Now we have to do is to set the bead. You can tell how much play is on the tire. We're not gonna be able just to stick the air on and fill it up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put a ratchet strap around the center of the outside tire, tighten it. It will expand the walls of the tire, and hopefully that way we can get the tire to fill up with air. Let's see if this is gonna work today. So strap on the center of the tire, pretty much center of the tire, all the way around. It cranks on the, if you see in here, it's already shrinking. So now there's no more play in the tire. So now we're going to take our air chuck with the valve stem still out. We're going to set the beads. All right, you notice it all set in nice and tight, so we can remove the ratchet strap now. Sometimes you can hear them pop. Sometimes they pop, sometimes they don't pop. So since that's on now, we're going to put the valve stem back in that we took out earlier. If your valve stem looks a little damaged, you snip it off with a pair of diagonal cutters. From the inside of the rim, the new one goes. This piece screws onto it, and you pull it through the rim and it pops. But this valve stem's in pretty good shape. So we're going to fill it up to 30, we'll go 30 PSI. We're going to take some of our soapy solution, spray around the valve stem, make sure there's no bubbles, spray around the top. There's no active bubbling. So then we'll take our locking part off, and then we crank that on there to put the new tire on. Then we'll flip the tire over. Spray the bottom bead, and then the tire's done. Let's see what happens. Tire over, put some spray on it. and I don't see any active bubbling. So that's it. That's how you change a tire. Same principle works on the rear striper tires. Just be careful if you're doing the right side tire, you have the gear in there for the auto layout. So make sure when you put it on, this piece doesn't crush that piece and knock it out of alignment. Works for the skinny tires and the fat driver tires. I haven't had any success changing the front tires at all with any means, especially with this machine. The front tires get damaged and they break. So if you like what you saw, please subscribe. Have any questions, leave them below in the comments. Thanks a lot for watching.